What's the price for your blind
Hey guys, it's Carlos here,
And Joseph,
and this is
a
the
passenger
passenger
seat.
seat. Uh, okay.
All right, welcome back, riders, to another week in the passenger seat. And pretty obvious, right? What our topic is going to be. But hey, Carlos, let them know.
All right. So today we're going to be talking about the Batman.
The Batman.
Oh, me and Joseph just saw it over the weekend, and wow, what a film! What a film!
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So heads up, there might be like very slight spoilers in here. If you don't want to hear anything about the movie, just be warned that we are going to talk about it. At least the overall sort of synopsis and our general feelings towards what we thought about the movie.
Yeah, we won't spoil it completely, and honestly, like, because there's some very important parts that you have to watch the movie to be really like into, you know.
Right, right. So yeah, again, we're not really going to spoil, but if you don't want to hear anything about the movie, then whatever. But we're just going to talk a little bit. Like I said. So, anyways, let's get right into it. So, do you have?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you got?
Well, let me start with something, I guess, for the people who are wanted sort of spoiler free. It is a fantastic movie, very well directed, very good cast. The pacing is good, but could be slow at times. Be warned, this movie is 3 hours long, but I honestly recommend the movie.
Right. Again, like Carlos said, the pacing, for me personally, there was times where the movie just sort of was like, "Come on, man! Like, finish!" Like,
I know what you're talking about.
it's man, it's like, dude, I don't know. It's just it's. There's some moments where you're just like, "Oh man, I feel like they could have edited out. They could have trimmed a lot of fat." That's what I want to say.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
So anyways, we have Robert Pattinson protagonizing Batman in this film, and basically they went more with the actual, I want to say, the actual way that Batman's supposed to be, which is like a detective, you know.
Yes, they touch more on the on his detective side, which, to be honest, we really haven't seen in any movie.
Exactly, yeah, we've always seen an action-packed Batman, and not really the itty-gritty kind of, the truth, or the true scope of what Batman really entails, and yeah, it was a very interesting take on the Batman franchise, and it's comparable to what they did with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, right? The angle that they
Oh
took
yes.
on that.
Hmm.
So I'd say, if you liked Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, you're gonna love Robert Pattinson's Batman.
That is
Um,
true. I actually
mhm,
feel like there's a big comparison there.
right, and yeah, so I mean, I don't know if we should, obviously, well, you're dressed as him, so um, as you can probably guess, the main villain is, or the antagonist during this film is going to be the Riddler,
Hmm.
and it's very interesting the way they play it out because
Played by
uh,
Paul Dano, by the way.
yes, and well, parentheses on that, I feel like he did an amazing job.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Stellar performance. I think for me, the runaway of the whole movie was him as the Riddler. And even more so, I want to say towards the second half of the movie. I'll just put it that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the movie is very dark themed. We get to see what's the word? A more politically, would you say politically motivated sort of
It's very
theme?
much it's very much that of like the people versus the government type thing you got going on, because the Riddler moves the people by saying that the government lies and the government is trying to convince them that they don't. And the movie kind of balances on that throughout the movie, why Batman is trying to uncover all of it and basically expose him for what he really is. The Riddler, by the way.
Yeah, right. So we have, obviously, like I mentioned before, we have Robert Pattinson as Batman. We have Zoe Kravitz
Zoe
as
Kravitz. Actually, I gotta stop you there though. What did you think about Robert Pattinson?
Oof. So here's the thing. I feel like the script was better than the actual character on this one. You know,
Damn.
no, for real. Like, personally, I don't think Robert Pattinson is a bad actor. I think he's got a bad rep because of Twilight, but I feel like
Mhm.
his other films are, he does a really good job on them. And I don't know. Still, either way, I feel like this Batman. How do I put it? His acting was okay, right? It was there. It
Yeah.
wasn't stellar, in my opinion. I feel like the script itself, the whole plot of the story was more interesting than the character of the Batman. I did like, however, how real they sort of kept things. They didn't go too in over their heads with, like, like, for example, it could be something like jumping off a roof.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, like his gadgets and stuff.
yeah, how do those play out? And I like the way that they did that because it seems a lot more real,
Hmm.
and then you don't have him being impervious, because he's not impervious, he's human. And I like that they played that route of the human factor. It's like you're not Superman. You're gonna fall from a huge height. It's gonna hurt.
Yeah, he walks away limping.
Yeah, you're not impervious. And I think that's what I love the most about the movie. They kept it very grounded to realism, and it goes hand in hand with the darkness and the noir sort of setting of the movie.
I I get what Matt Reeves, the director, was trying to do with Bruce Wayne, because Bruce Wayne, he has a tragic past and he had to live alone. And if anybody lives alone, they're like sort of socially awkward in real life.
Mhm.
And with both their parents gone, murdered in front of him. But I don't know, man. I love Robert Pattinson's Batman, but his Bruce Wayne was not it for me. His Bruce
Yeah,
Wayne was sort of like mopey and kind of like whatever. And I get it, in psychological aspect, yeah, I guess a human who went through that would act like that. But he's supposed to act more charismatic when he's Bruce Wayne, so they don't put him like he was Batman, you know?
right. I feel like, you do have a point there. I think, in my book, for example, he's I wouldn't say he's so much. He's like suave. Bruce Wayne is suave, and he's
Hmm.
got this charm. He's dark and like, he's broody, mysterious, but he's got charm.
Yeah.
And obviously we know Batman for being like this playboy sort of persona, and there was none of that. There was none of that charm. It was just it was like an adult emo kid.
It was like My Chemical Romance or something.
Yeah, it was an adult emo kid. And yeah, it's like, I don't know. I
Yeah.
personally, again, I like the script better than the character.
His
That's
his Batman was pretty spot on though. I actually appreciated his Batman and the way that he would have very little lines, because
Mhm.
Batman barely talks, and he's just sort of does all the movement with his eyes, and he makes it work. He does. But his Bruce Wayne, I don't know, need a little bit of work.
I
Um, I guess moving on. Zoe Kravitz, she plays Catwoman, Selena Kyle. Uh, she did good. Honestly, I have no
she
complaints about Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, she was good. Um,
She wasn't like wow, but she also wasn't like bad either. She was like just
yeah, she was there. She was present. As well as, I feel like all the characters in this movie, except the Riddler, and maybe Gordon. Everyone else was sort of like just there.
Oh, dude, but you got to give it to Colin Farrell though. Colin
Yeah,
Farrell's Penguin was wow.
yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I did like. I don't want to spoil it. Anyways, you're right. That's all I'm gonna say. He did a good job. I'd say the Riddler first, then the Penguin, then Gordon. That's sort of the
I did think that his portrayal of Gordon was really good.
yeah. I just want to throw this in there because it's a fun little tidbit that I think you'll appreciate.
Okay.
Because they probably don't have this in the theaters where you're at.
Okay.
Do you remember these?
Yeah, I do remember those. That's funny
Yes.
because they actually don't have them in these theaters.
Yeah. So here in Puerto Rico, the theater here, there's some theaters around the world that I know that usually when a big premiere comes out, they'll go ahead and they'll make collectible cups or
Well, they do it here in some of the states,
they do.
just not here.
Yeah, but it's I'm just saying it's not something that's like really common, and it's different based on the theater what they do.
That is true.
So yeah, I'm kind of glad that I got my collectible cup.
That's good. Honestly, the movie has garnered a lot of praise, success by critics. Very good movie. If you guys really want to check it out, there's already talks of a sequel. There's already talks of about 2 shows that they want to release on HBO Max, which is going to be about the Gotham City Police, and then the other show will be about how Penguin raises the power. And they hasn't really announced anything about the villain of the second movie, but I'm really ready because Matt Reeves keeps it very grounded, and I can't wait to see what he does next with Batman.
All right. Yeah. I agree. I'd like to see how this unfolds. But yeah, ultimately, personally, the movie I felt like it was good. It was long. Like you'll come out of like no for real, you'll come out of the theater feeling like, man, that was a good movie, but damn, it was long. Like, make sure that you go to the bathroom before you get in there. That's trust me, because if you got a small bladder, you're not gonna have a great time.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, and make sure to get snacks because if you're gonna sit down and watch something for 3 hours, you might as well have something to munch on.
that's true. I mean, it don't good movie. Just oh man, and when the pacing gets slow, it gets slow.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Is that? Do you have anything else to say about the movie?
No, I think that's pretty much it. I think that we did the best that we could without spoiling anything too major.
Yeah.
So yeah, just make sure to go check it out. And just a quick little tidbit: if you haven't gone to watch the movie and you're planning to go watch it, there technically is an end credit scene, but it's so minute, right, that you might miss it. Okay, so if you prefer searching on the internet what that Easter egg is at the end of the credits or the post credit scene or whatever, then you go ahead and do that.
What I did.
Yeah, it might be a lot easier, trust me. But just so you know, yes, there is a post credit scene.
No.
Anyways, that's it from us today. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. If you already saw the movie, let us know what you rate it. Comment down below what else you think we should talk about. And yeah, as always, thank you for joining us on the ride today, and hopefully you'll join us next time here in
The passenger seat.
Anyways, give me 1 sec.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to fart really loud in the other room. No, I'm just kidding.
I believe that would be the case.
Yeah, you better put that in the bloopers.